This is going to be a demo of how to create your website to meet a website that meets the bare minimum requirements for the website assignment for CSTE 1330. Here you see we've opened up Dreamweaver, which is what I suggested in the email that you use, and Dreamweaver is awesome. You guys don't have a site yet, so the first thing you're going to do in Dreamweaver is go to Site, New Site. You're going to call your site whatever you want to call your site. I'm going to call this one Demo. In the second line, if you're working on campus, what you're going to do is go to your S drive underscore website, and you're going to work directly in the folder, and that's going to save you a lot of hassle. I already have a folder and a file, a website there, so I'm going to just hit cancel. You guys would hit save. So I'm going to switch over to my demo site and clear it out so that I can build one from scratch for you, and you can see just how little time it takes. So I'm going to select all the files. I did this by holding down Shift after selecting the first file and going down to the bottom and selecting it. Now, first thing I do is I right click and I hit New File. And once I've hit New File, I'm going to want to open up and type index.html. Index.html should be the first file you create. Afterwards, you're going to want to create the next files you're going to need. You need at least 4 pages for this assignment. You can create more if you want, but you are not required to create more. Page 2, page 3, and page 4. Remember, these should all end in .html. Now you're going to want to go ahead and open them all up. You're going to want to do this in order. Now that you've got all your pages open, go ahead and go to your index page. Now what we're doing here is we're laying out breadcrumbs. So the first thing we do is we type out the names of all the pages. So I'm going to call our index page Home. I'm going to select it. Using the crosshair, which is the point to file icon, I'm going to select the local file. Even though we're on index right now, we're going to go ahead and select it because we're going to save ourselves some work on the next step. We're going to do the same thing with page 2 and page 3 and page 4. We're going to select the text, then we're going to drag the crosshair to the local file. And it should look exactly like it does here, where it says just simply page4.html or page 2 or index.html. Okay, now I'm going to select all of that. I'm going to copy it with Control-C. I'm going to come over to page 2. I'm going to paste it in Control-V. Control-V again on page 3. And Control-V again on page 4. Now I'm going to change the title of the document. I'm going to do this by going up to Title and then calling it whatever I want to call it. This one can be Demo. The next one we'll just call 3. The next one we'll just call 2. And the first one we will go ahead and call Home. We've saved our work now. We did that by going to File, Save. And now we're going to change some of the properties of the page. First thing we're going to do is we are going to change the background image. What I've gone and done is I've gone out to the internet and I have selected the web address of a picture that I liked. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to paste that web address of the picture I found on Google. I just went to Google Images and I searched for the word picture. And then I found a picture that has a good web address, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to paste it into my background image. I'm going to apply. Next thing you know, I have the Eiffel Tower for a background. Ta-da! Type a little bit of text. Some of the problems you guys might run into is if you see in the upper left where it says Code, Split, and Design, You're going to want to be in split mode if you're in Dreamweaver, so that you can see both the code and the layout of the screen. Now right here, what we're doing, we went to page properties down at the bottom, and we changed the text color so it was more easily readable on the blue background. So now we're moving on to page 2. And in page 2, what we're going to do is we're going to just change the background color. We're going to go with a light yellow thing. We add a little bit of text. Now we're going to want to add a picture. So I'm going to have to go back to Google. Give me just a second. I'm going to find another picture. What I'm going to do when I find that picture is I'm going to save it into the exact same folder that I'm working on the website in. In this case, I've saved a picture called Cheetah Picture. I'm going to go ahead and hit F5 in the file window so that I can refresh and make sure it's there, and it is. So the next thing I do is I'm going to go up and I'm going to want to insert this picture. So I'm going to go to Insert. Anytime now. Oh, that was the name of the file. I'm going to go to Insert, Image. I'm going to select my cheetah. I'm going to hit OK. Now you can tell it what the name is, but you don't have to fill this box out. It's up to you. Ta-da, cheetah. So now on page 3, I'm going to go ahead and put video on page 3. How I do the video is, well, first we're going to have to drag the internet window over here so you can see what's happening. Give me just a second to pull the internet up. Here it is. We've already gone to YouTube. And we're going to search for Safari, keeping in line with our cheetah. And we're going to scroll down just a little bit. We're going to ignore the giraffes and we're going to pick the lions. We're going to pause the video because we don't really care right now. We're going to go to the share button and hit the embed. And what you see there is a bunch of source code for HTML. It's HTML code. We're going to copy that code. We're going to go over. The first thing we're going to do is locate ourselves in the code. So I click on the right. I see what it looks like in design. This is the example of design, split, and code. So let's go back to split. And we will situate ourselves in the code, see where we are. We're in the body. And now we're going to hit enter. Now you see we've got two inners over there, two line breaks, and we're going to put our video between them. That just made it easy to find, that's all. So now we're going to paste that code that we copied from YouTube in right there, and we're going to click back over. And there it is. There's the placeholder for our video. So now we're going to save it to make sure we don't lose anything. We're going to change our background. We'll use a light blue this time. And I had trouble deciding what I was going to make the last page about, and I first thought I'd make a contact information page, but I changed my mind. We'll actually make it a linking page so that you can learn how to do external links, which you need to do for the website to make it a complete website, because no website only links to itself these days. That's boring. So we're going to put in some cool links. Don't worry, I go back and fix the spelling on lonks. To these awesome places, Google, YouTube, and whatever, because it doesn't matter what you link to. So you highlight, you go down to the link bar at the bottom, and you type in the entire address of the site you want to link to. You can also, if it's a site that's more complicated than google.com, then you're going to want to go to the site, you're going to want to go to the site in another internet window, and you're going to want to copy the exact address to paste into that link. So, same thing with YouTube. Highlight the text that you want to turn into a link for YouTube. Go down and type the entire address of the page in. And then you hit enter. Well, we still need to do a couple more things to this page. Each page has to have graphics of some sort. We also can't have a white background. So I'm going to go get another picture. Excuse me for drinking coffee while I do the narration for this video. Right now I'm on my other monitor working on getting a picture. And again, I'm going to save that same picture into the same file that we've been working on. And this time, the first picture I save is going to be used to set up a background. Because you don't have to just use a color and you don't have to use a hyperlink for your background. You can actually select the file by going to Browse and selecting the file. In this case, it's a sunset. So we apply. Okay, and there's our backdrop. But we still need an image. So, given that it's so cold, I thought I would go with a surfer. And there you go, I fixed the misspelling. So I went back to the internet and I downloaded a surfer picture. Anytime I downloaded a surfer picture. There it is. So again, we're going to have to go to Insert, Media or Image, and there we go. I'm going to ignore the text this time and I'm going to put that in. Now, just so you know, you can resize your image, make it a little smaller if you want. I'm going to go ahead and change the text color and make it a little more readable. Cool Links is now a little more readable. And I didn't mean to hit Save As there, so we'll just hit Save. And then we'll go back and Save All. And that's what I meant to do. And the next thing we're going to need to do is go to My Computer. Now, if your files had been on your thumb drive or you're using remote, you're going to have to go to the folder on your local computer that is storing your files. If you built your website in your _website folder directly, then you're already good to go. But we didn't in this one, so what we're going to do is we're going to find the file that we had all of our website information in, and we're going to copy everything in that file with a Control-C. Now we're going to find our _website folder, which could be on a remote computer, could be wherever. You're going to have to navigate the file system. Pay attention. For me, I'm going to go ahead and rename my existing index file so I don't lose it when I paste in the demo pages that we just created. And now I'm going to paste, and this is how, there's our website that we just created. I put it into the same folder that my existing website is in. So, now I'm going to pull over the internet and we're going to test it out. You do this by typing in the web address, not the file address of the website. If you double click the icon in the folder, it will open, but it'll open from the folder and not from the internet. And hey, look at there. Now you're going to want to click all of your links and double check that the entire site is working properly. Additionally, some of you are going to run into the problem that your initials in your name, mine are AJB, need to be capitalized. If you're one of those people, then don't forget to do so. If you do forget to do so, it'll turn up like this. This is what happens. In a minute, I'm going to show you what happens when I do capitalize my name. It's the same thing that happens when you capitalize people. Forget to capitalize your name. You get an error. Okay, now please remember that the website is a world-facing view. Please let me know immediately if you have any problems that this video did not address. Good luck.